Hello everybody, and welcome into the RNGIDP channel, and welcome into another Game Day 16 matchup here between the Miami Malamar and the Philadelphia Feebas. This one should be a good one. You can probably tell by the screen I'm trying something a little bit different today, and hopefully you guys will be able to see a little bit better. I'm going for a little bit more zoomed in look tonight, and I don't know. Tell me what you think. If you think you like it a little bit better. I'm just marking a little bit of line right there just so it's a reference point. And okay, so check it out. Look, we've got you can actually see the cards a little bit better tonight. Let's see. What if I put a batter out there? Can you see all of the numbers on their cards? I think it looks a little bit better. Hopefully you guys do too. And other than that, we are here in Philadelphia with a matchup between two, I don't know, you could call them bottom dwellers. Miami, they come into this game at 6-8. They're in 11th place in the KL. And Philadelphia is one from the bottom. They're in 14th place at 4-10. Philadelphia's got a -15 run differential. Miami has a -15 as well. So will something break here? We'll see. And it'll be a good matchup between two good pitchers. It's Chris Archer versus Edison Volquez. Volquez for Miami, Archer for Philadelphia. Jerry Ball, Ken Castro, Al Red Sox fan, welcome into the channel tonight. As you can see, I've made a few little changes to the way the setup is shown on the screen. And actually, I need to pull this down a little bit, don't I? How about right there? Then you can see the entire card. I'm going to draw myself a line about right here. That way I know where to put the cards. That's the good thing about working on a whiteboard here. I can position the cards and draw on the board where I need to. Okay, so we can go a little higher even there. Alright, so let's get to it. Miami will face Volquez, or excuse me, face Archer. And Archer's stats on the season look a little bit something like this. He has pitched in 19 1/3 innings. He's 1-2 on the season. He's given up 18 hits with 7 earned runs, 26 strikeouts for Chris Archer, doing his Archer thing, with 6 walks. That's a 3.26 ERA and a 1.24 whip. So he will face the lineup that looks a little something like so. Philadelphia brings their struggling offense to the plate today, and it will look. Actually, this is Miami's offense, isn't it? All right, sorry guys, off to a strange start after adjusting my camera here, but Miami will line up this way. Yonder Alonso is leading off. Alonso, he's let's take a look. He's been hitting. Where is Yonder Alonso? I can't even find him on here. Maybe he's not on this team. Did I put him in the wrong? Miami, there we go. Okay, Alonso's hitting 324, leading off. He's got 3 doubles, and Jed Lowry is the shortstop in the 2 spot. Lowry's a switch hitter, up to 211 now, with 6 doubles and a homer. David Peralta is the center fielder. He's hitting 3rd, a lefty. Peralta leads the KL with 5 triples. He also has 5 doubles and 10 RBI. Justin Smoke is the first baseman in the top spot. Justin Smoke is hitting 235 with 4 homers. That leads the team. Michael Conforto gets the start in left field, and he'll bat 5th. Conforto has been off and on again, and the 0 for 12 reflects why he's been mostly off. Ivan DeJesus is the second baseman. He'll be in the 6th spot in the lineup. He's hitting 188 with 3 extra base hits. Kyle Schwarber in right field. Yeah, they've got some beef on the corners in the outfield. Just looking for some hits here today. Schwarber's in right. He's 7 for 27 in his trips to the bat. He's got 2 home runs. And the catcher today will be Chris Jimenez, making a rare appearance, but he is 3 for 5 in his brief appearances. And as I mentioned, Volquez will be the pitcher. He is a weak-hitting right-handed pitcher using the number 1 card. So, I think we are ready to roll here. The Cubs to Bears is back with us tonight. And what is Jerry Ball says the score sheet looks good. The player cards are okay. It'll be a little bit better once I move out of the way of the shadow there. But we are ready to roll. Archer ready to pitch to Yonder Alonso leading off here, the third baseman. And we're ready to start rolling. And it will be a 3-7 for Yonder Alonso, and that will be a grounder to second where Jed Gorko is. And, oh no, now my pen is failing me. Oh, we may have a, there we go, okay. First out, Yonder Alonso bounces out to second. Does Stroman have a card? I don't know that he. I don't remember him seeing having him have a card in here. He may be in the additional player set, which I didn't include into this replay. So he may be in the additional cards. This is Jed Lowry stepping in from the left-hand side against Chris Archer, and he gets caught looking. That'll be a strikeout. That's the second out of the inning. First strikeout for Chris Archer. Underway here. And David Peralta, he's been hot this season. We'll look to continue that against Archer, but not this time. That was a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts against Lowry and Peralta. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Archer, continuing to impress here as Miami is blanked here in the first inning. So that was a quick one, and we will see now Edison Volquez for Miami. Volquez, listen to these numbers. He's 2-1. He's pitched in 21 innings, given up 16 hits is all, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, and 8 walks. That's a 0.86 ERA for Volquez with a 1.14 whip. And here's how they will line up against him. It'll be Charlie Blackmon, my boy Charlie Blackmon, who won me 2 fantasy baseball championships last season. Charlie is batting leadoff, in center field, the lefty. He isn't hitting that well in this series, but his average is up to 291. It's getting better. 4 doubles and a triple. No homers yet for Charlie. Ryan Goings is the shortstop. Goings is hitting 268 with a pair of doubles and a pair of homers. Ryan Braun in that 3 spot in right field. Braun is at 161. Jose Abreu is the first baseman. Ever since taking over from Pedro Alvarez, Abreu has been hitting well. He's 15 for 38 on the season with 4 homers, which leads the team, as well as 12 RBI, which leads it as well. Phil Gosselin gets the start at third for Pablo Sandoval, who's been struggling. He's only hitting 204. Phil Gosselin is in there, and he is 1 for 5 in his brief appearances. Jed Gorko is the second baseman. Gorko's been a nice surprise to this set. A 362 in his batting average right now with 5 homers and 8 RBI. JT Realmuto is the catcher. He's batting 7th. Realmuto is at 235 with 3 extra base hits. And Dustin Ackley is in 8th. He's the left fielder. Ackley is at 125 with 4 out of his 5 hits being extra base hits. And Chris Archer is the pitcher, and he will be in the 9th spot. He's a weak hit right-handed pitcher using the number 1 card. Okay, here we go. Edinson Volquez to face Charlie Blackmon. This is a heavy, you've got Blackmon and then Goings on the left-hand side, and then Ackley all the way at the bottom is a lefty as well. So Blackmon will see the pitch, and he swings and misses. And we're underway here in the bottom of the first. And I have a feeling I'm going to need to change my pen cartridge pretty soon. And now it'll be Ryan Goings goings of 4-8, and this will be bounced easily over to Ivan DeJesus at second. No problem as he sidearms one over to first, and this is the 2 outs. Ryan Braun now with the bases empty, 2 outs. Not a lot going on here in the first inning so far, and we'll continue as he dribbles one to Smoke at first, and Smoke is just going to step on the bag. And we are through the first. It's a scoreless 0-0 as we move to the second. Some good pitching here tonight. It wouldn't surprise me if we continue at zeros for quite a long while. Chris Archer now will come out to face the 4, 5, 6 batters of Smoke, Conforto, and DeJesus. Smoke, he's a switch hitter, so he's stepping in from the left-hand side. And this is a fly ball out to right. Ryan Braun, let's take a look at his X-Chance. He's a 4 range, a 4-6, and he's going to miss it. That's going to be a double for Justin Smoke here to lead off the top of the second. Ryan Braun was kind of caught in no man's land, lost it in the sunlight, and then let it get past him. And so it's a double for Justin Smoke. Michael Conforto now steps in with an RBI chance waiting out there at second base. Conforto, he's got a good card, just is 0 for 12 on the season. And he hits this one. He sends it way out there. He's a lefty, so it'll be a 1-12 chance. Conforto gives it for a ride, and this one is gone. Conforto gets his first hit of the season, and it's of the big fly variety. It's a 2-run shot for Michael Conforto, scoring Smoke from second. And Conforto gives Miami an early 2-0 lead. So Smoke comes around on the homer from Conforto, and all of his teammates, they give him the confetti sunflower seed treatment as he walks into the dugout for Conforto. And it'll be Ivan DeJesus. Against the righty, it's a 3-6, and DeJesus draws a walk. So Archer, a little rattled here in the top of the second, already given up 2 runs. DeJesus now aboard at first. And it'll be Kyle Schwarber. So Schwarber against the righty. This is a 2-9, and Schwarber takes a big hack, but gets no baseball, and that'll be a strikeout. And I think that is officially the end of that ink cartridge. And so we have entered into an ink delay, as I have to replace my ink cartridge here. One moment. Let me get one out here. This shouldn't take too long. Bear with me. I should have checked before the game started. But let me do a quick little operation. Talk amongst yourselves. Why do we drive on a parkway and park on a driveway? And play will resume here. All right. So Schwarber strikes out. That's the 3rd strikeout, and it'll be the first out in the inning. DeJesus is at first. He drew a walk after the 2-run bomb from Conforto. And now up it'll be Chris Jimenez with the runner on first. Against the righty, it's a 1-5, and he strikes out. So the 4th strikeout through 2 innings, and there's 2 away. Chris Archer will face Edison Volquez here. And it's a 5-5, and so Archer battles back, and he gets Edison Volquez to end the inning. He strikes out the side, but not before he gives up a 2-run bomb to Conforto. And we move to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0. Jerry, that's my kind of humor. Got to go to the bullpen. I like that. We move to the second. And Volquez will face Abreu, Goslin, and Gorko. He got the first three in order. And here he will face Abreu. It's a 1-3 single chance, and that's a 6. So it's going to be bounced over to DeJesus at second, and he'll have plenty of time to make the throw. And no problem there as Phil Goslin makes his way to the plate. Goslin, he's got a good card. We'll see if he can find some hits on it today. No, this one is hit out to center field. Peralta, who's playing there today instead of his normal right field, he's got no problem making that play out there. And there's 2 away quickly for Volquez. Shouldn't be a surprise as Volquez has a 0.86 ERA, but this one's going to be a hit. Jared Gorko sends it out to the outfield, and that's going to hit the gap, and that's a double. That was a 1 on the die. So a 2-out double for Gorko. And this thing is not over yet here in the bottom of the second as Gorko extends the inning, and it'll be JT Realmuto. That's the first hit given up by Edinson Volquez. And Realmuto with a man at second. Hits the 3 side, which is a good side on his card, but he hits it hard and right at the third baseman, Alonso. And that will be snagged out of the air, and that'll end the inning here. So we move out of the second. Philadelphia remains scoreless, and Miami has a 2-0 lead. To Cubs to Bears saying, new pen cartridge needed stat. I feel like, you know, you saw the movie Cars, right? Where the little, what was his name? Luigi, the tire changer. I feel like I can change my pen cartridges really fast. That wasn't, I should have timed it. Oh, no. The new cartridge appears more dependable. Oh, I see what you did there to Cubs Bears. And, I approve of it. All right, so Alonso now, he's 0 for 1 on the day. And Alonso, it's a 5-8, and he gets caught looking. That's the second out for him. He's 0 for 2. That's 6 strikeouts now for Archer. And that's 4 strikeouts in a row here. So Jed Lowry, who struck out his first time up, this will be a 4-8. And Lowry's going to send this one out to center field. A 1-5. It's a double. It's not. It's going to drop in front of the outfielder. That's Charlie Blackmon, who does well to cut it off. And that'll be a single with 1 out here, as Jed Lowry is on base. And my camera fell down, didn't it? Oh, sorry, guys. I know that's not helping much. Making you sick. All right, so Peralta with a man on first. Trying to get the camera right there. Is that any better? No. You can only see half of the scorecard. I was messing with it, and I shouldn't have. It's a 3-8. And Peralta's going to get a single here. So it's a 1-out single. Jed Lowry, he read it well off the bat. And he will be at third base on the single from Peralta. So 2 aboard for Chris Archer. He's back in trouble again. And Justin Smoke made him pay the first time he was up. He smoked a double down the line. And here he is again from the left side. It's a 5-7. It's a second base X chance. And the second baseman is Gorko. Gorko, let's see here. He's a 4-range second baseman. So 4-16 is going to be a ground ball C. So they were hoping for the double play out of Smoke, who doesn't run well. But he hits one to second. Gorko has a little bit of trouble getting it out of his glove. Peralta's got good speed. He's going to advance to second. And the only play for Gorko is going to be at first. So they get Smoke. There's 2 outs, but that'll drive in another run as Lowry breaks from third, and he will score. So Smoke drives in a run with an RBI ground out. And it's 3-0. So Conforto now who hit the 2-run bomb back in the the second inning. He will bat here with 2 outs against Archer. And it's a 1-3, and that's a ballpark single chance. A 1-2, and it's got a shot, and that's a 20. So that will be hit hard, but right at the second baseman, Gorko. And that will retire the top half of the third. But Miami gets another one. Philadelphia trails 3-0 here. I saw we had one fan of Philadelphia in the chat earlier. Who was that? Somebody was rooting for Philadelphia. Jerry Ball was going for Philly. So, Jerry, I'm going to mess with this again. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing what you came here for. And so I apologize for doing this in-game, but it's driving me nuts with it moving there. Okay. How about oh man, I had it perfect before the game started. Well, we're gonna have to just deal with it for tonight. I'm sorry. I'll get it figured out by the next time. All right, so Volquez will come back out, and he'll face the 8, 9, and 1 batters of Ackley, Archer, and Blackman. So Ackley, this is a 3, which is good. Ackley gives it a ride, a 1-17, and this is up and out, and it is up and away. Ackley with a homer. A leadoff shot for Dustin Ackley from the 8th spot in the lineup. And Philadelphia gets one of those runs back. It's now 3-1. And so the pitcher will be up. The pitcher, Chris Archer, he'll continue here. It's a ballpark single chance. It's a 1-2. That's not going to do it. It's hit hard, but right at the shortstop. And Lowry's going to make the play. And there's 1 out. So now it'll be Charlie Blackman, who struck out his first time. Charlie looking for his first hit of the ball game. It's a 6-6, and he's going to strike out again, this time looking as he sees a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Can't pull the trigger, and that is only the second strikeout for Volquez, but it's the second out here in the bottom of the third. So now it's Ryan Goings against Edison Volquez, who gave up a homer here to lead off the inning. And Goings swings and misses. And this is Goings to the 4th. It's a 3-1 ball game. Third strikeout for Volquez as we exit the third. So 3-1. Chris Archer will make his way back out to the mound, and he will face Ivan DeJesus, Kyle Schwarber, and Chris Jimenez. And DeJesus, this is good on his card. It's gonna be a base hit, a 1-5. It's a double. It's hit out to center, but Charlie Blackman cuts it off again, making 2 good plays out there, and this will be a single. So DeJesus is aboard again. He walked in his first at bat, and now he singles here in front of Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber started the strikeout parade for Archer. A string of 4 consecutive strikeouts for the pitcher. And here he will face him again. It's a 1-5, and not this time. Schwarber muscles one up, 1-18, and it is gone, and it is gone. Home run to dead center, and Kyle Schwarber showing those muscles and powering one out of here. So Conforto and Schwarber I thought about only starting one of them in the lineup, but I thought, you know, let's sacrifice some defense today and just muscle one out in the outfield. Go all muscle. And it's worked out so far, as Miami has hit two two-run bombs, one from Conforto and one from Schwarber. And it's 5-1. Chris Jimenez, he struck out his first time. And he's going to dribble one over to Gorko. Gorko's going to have to charge quickly, but the catcher doesn't run well. And so he will make the play at first. It was a closer play than he had hoped. That was a little dribbler that just got past the pitcher. And Gorko had to be aggressive and come in on it. And now Volquez. Volquez struck out his first time. And it's a 6-9. And Volquez is going to drop a little, single out into the outfield. A seeing eye single. And Volquez is aboard with a base hit. And that might be the string that broke the camel's back. One out here. 2 runs are already in against Archer. It's a 3-3, and Alonso will swing and miss. And he's 0 for 3 on the day now. That's the 7th strikeout for Archer. The first one in a little while. The second out here in the top of the 4th. And now it'll be Jed Lowry. Lowry singled his first time up. Or his last time up. And he scored. And this time he's going to swing through a pitch. And gets no baseball. That's 8 strikeouts for Archer, but he may not be long for this game, as he's given up another 2-run bomb here in the top of the 4th. And Miami takes a 5-1 lead into the bottom half against Philadelphia. The chat is talking about how Ken is going to the Tabletop Earl baseball tournament down in Oklahoma. That's not terribly far for me, but I'm not going to be able to make it. That looks pretty fun, but good luck to Ken. You know we'll all be pulling for you. Volquez to face Braun, Abreu, and Goslin. It's a 5-9, and this one is lifted lazily out to left. Conforto, not going to have to put much effort into that one, and he'll make the grab. And it'll be Jose Abreu. Abreu is 0 for 1. A 5-8. The 5-8 will be a... Oh, that's called a strike on the down part of the plate. And that will be a strikeout as Abreu gets caught looking. 2 outs now. Volquez got a beneficial call there, you could say. The ump gave him... He stretched the zone a little bit. And Phil Goslin now with 2 outs. This is a 6-5, and he hits one to shortstop. That's Lowry. Lowry will scoop it, and in one motion, fire it to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Volquez, as he's starting to cruise now. As we move to the 5th, it's 5-1, Miami. The Cubs to Bears says, Ken, I want you to crush your opponents. No mercy. Sweep the leg. Jerry saying, maybe Philly will do what Pittsburgh did last night. Well, if you didn't see that one was a fun game. Go watch the LA Duo against the Pittsburgh Rattatas game from game day 16 last night. It was a good one. Peralta, Smoke, and Conforto here to face Archer. They're not giving up on Archer yet. It's a 4-6. Well, now they might, because it's a leadoff walk for Peralta. And Archer walks the leadoff man. And let's take a look at the bullpen for Philadelphia. Philly, they've got a decent bullpen. Their setup man is Houston Street, and their closer is Chapman. The problem is getting him to that part. You got Farquhar, Blanton, Thornburg, and Wilson. Got a couple of long men in Fires and Elias. And we may go to one of those guys. Let me take a look here. And let's see here. Philadelphia. Fires and Elias. Fire's gone 4 1/3. Elias has gone 1 1/3. So we're going to go and get Elias. Ronus Elias. Ronus Elias will come in for Chris Archer, as he will exit here in the 5th inning. Not the kind of day he was hoping for. Giving up 5 runs. But the lefty Elias will come in. Archer, he went 4+. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. And he struck out 8. A good number, but couldn't control it. It was 1 walk, 2 walks. It just got too much of the plate today on his pitches, and he went hard from Miami. So Elias comes in with Peralta at second. And now Smoke at the plate steps in from the right-hand side against the lefty Elias, and this is going to be a ballpark home run chance. In Philly, this is a 1-18, so Smoke sends it to deep left field, and it's a 17. He smokes that ball. It's another 2-run homer for Miami, and this one is getting out of hand. Miami playing the long ball game here as Peralta scores from first on the homer from Justin Smoke. Miami just crushing the ball today. That's 3 RBI for Justin Smoke. And that'll close the book on the pitcher Archer as he gives up 6 runs, all of them earned. And now it'll be Conforto, who hit one of those 2-run bombs earlier in the day. And this is a 5-5, and he'll get caught looking. That's a strikeout, the first one for Elias, and the first out here of the 5th inning. So Ivan De Jesus now. Ivan De Jesus with a 3-8. And he hits one hard out to left, but Ackley is going to have a bead on it, and he'll make the catch. That one was not quite at the warning track, but making its way out there. Elias isn't fooling anybody. And here he will face Kyle Schwarber, who's already got a homer on the day. It's a 4-6, and it's a swing and miss on a ball on the inside part of the plate. That's a strikeout. So Elias gives up the homer, but then comes back strongly to get the next 3 batters. And Miami puts 2 more on the board. That's runs in the last 4 innings. Some crooked numbers in there as well. And they lead 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Volquez will pitch to Gorko, Real Muto, and Ackley. This is a 4-7, and this has a chance to be a single, a 1-6. It's a 16, and so it'll be hit hard, but right at the second baseman to Jesus. And Gorko is retired for the first time today. He's 1 for 2. And Real Muto will come up to the plate. Real Muto, it's a 3, which is good for him, a 3-9, and that'll be a single plopped out into left field. And Real Muto is aboard for the first time. He's hit the ball hard once. It was snagged out of the air by the third baseman, Alonso, and this one, it was a little blooper, and it finds a hole for a hit. Dustin Ackley has the only run for Philadelphia as he hit a home run to lead off the 3rd. And here he will face Volquez again. It's a 2-8. And he gets a little home run happy. He swings hard but doesn't get the baseball. And that's a strikeout. Number 5 on the day for Volquez. And there's 2 away. And so with the pitcher up next, Elias, Will they let him swing here? We're going to the 6th. They're not. They're going to go to the bench. And they'll bring... Denard Span will be the pinch hitter. So, Elias is only going to go 1 inning, as Denard Span will pinch hit for him. And he will get in that bat here with a runner on first. That's Real Muto. It's a 1-2, and that's going to be a pinch hit. A single to left field. And Span does his job off the bench. Real Muto moves to second. And there's 2 on with 2 outs. This thing isn't over yet. Charlie Blackmon now looking for a hit. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Charlie struck out twice against Volquez. Could use a big hit right here, Charlie. Runners on first and second. It's a 4-6, and he's going to get caught looking. That's the 3rd strikeout on the day for Charlie Blackmon. 6 for Volquez, half of them against Charlie. And this will end it here in the bottom of the 5th. Blackmon leaving 2 runners aboard. As we move to the top of the 6th, it's still a 7-1 ball game. So we got to go back to the bullpen as Elias has been taken out. And so we'll look at Philadelphia, and we will go to the righty. It'll be Danny Farquhar. Lord Farquhar enters the ball game. And the diminutive pitcher, Lord Farquhar, will face the 8, 9, and 1 batters of Jimenez, Volquez, and Alonso. He's a righty, Danny Farquhar. Elias went 1 inning. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run. He struck out 2 and didn't walk anybody. And Farquhar is ready to roll here. And let's see, we lost a die there. It's a 4-10, and a 4-10 will be third base X chance. So the third baseman is Goslin. Goslin is not a good for third baseman when it comes to range. He's a 4. A 4.8 is going to go to his E rating, which is a 33. A 33 with a 5. That's going to be an error. So Goslin gets to it, and he makes the throw, but it goes over the head of the first baseman, Abreu, and Jimenez is aboard on an E5. Goslin with the wild play there. So Volquez will be up. Volquez just going to swing away here. The smart play is probably to bunt, but he's going to swing and foul it behind the plate, and the catcher, Real Muto, will make the play. And there's 1 out. So, runner on first, that's Jimenez. Yonder Alonso now against Lord Farquhar. It's a 2-10, and a 2-10 has a chance to be a single, a 1-4, and it's hit too hard. And Yonder Alonso lines one to second, and Gorko will make the play. There's 2 outs. Now it'll be Jed Lowry. Lowry to face Farquhar. Lowry is 1 for 3 on the day. And this is, oh no, it's hit too hard. And Gorko makes another nice play as he dives for it and tumbles to the ground. And that will be the 3rd out. So Gorko flashing some leather here in the top of the 6th. And Miami doesn't score for the first time in 4 innings. And now it's still a 7-1 game as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Edison Volquez continues. He'll be facing Goings, Braun, and Abreu. It's a 5-3. This one is back to the pitcher, Volquez. He's a 4 range. A 4-13. I'm sure that's going to his E. It is. He's an E14. And we rolled a 4, so this could be trouble. A 4, so Volquez picks it up, and he goes to fire it to first, but it's just a bit outside. And so Goings will be on board with an E1. Volquez doesn't help himself there with the glove. Never been one that's great with the leather. Didn't put much effort into that one. And so the runner is aboard. That's Ryan Goings. He's an E-stealer, so he's not Goings anywhere. Ryan Braun now looking for a clutch hit. He's 0 for 2 on the day. This is a swing, a big swing, and a big miss. So he catches nothing but air, and Volquez strikes him out. Jose Abreu now. He's 0 for 2. Volquez has handled this middle of the lineup pretty well. This is a 6-5, and that one is hit to shortstop. Oh no, Lowry's going to turn it over to DeJesus, back to Smoke. That's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So Volquez gets out of the jam that was caused by his own error. And we've reached the end of the 6th. Volquez continuing to pitch a gem here. And it is 7-1. Farquhar, he'll continue here. He had a solid inning. Led off with an error and then got the next 2 batters. So Peralta, Smoke, and Conforto. Lefty, switch hitter, and lefty. And this is a 3-5, and oh no, Peralta might have himself another triple here. Peralta leads the league in triples. He's got 5 of them. It'll be a 1-15 for a triple, and it's a 10. So Peralta hits one to the gap, and he's got himself another triple. Can't believe how many times that's come up so far through, what is this, 15 games for Peralta? And that's his 6th triple. That's crazy. Now Justin Smoke, who smoked a 2-run homer his last time aboard. And Farquhar is going to hit. He's going to let him pitch to him. It's a 1-9, and he gets him to strike out. That one column is pretty dangerous against Smoke, but he gets the strikeout. And that is the first strikeout on the day for Farquhar and the first out here in the 7th. So Conforto will be the man at the bat. He's 1 for 3 with the 2-run bomb. Runner at third, that's Peralta. Infield is in. It's a 2-6, and they were just being real careful with Conforto, the lefty, and he draws the unintentional intentional walk. So runners on the corners, 1 out. They're going to bring the infield back to its regular depth, trying to get the double play ball here. DeJesus is up. It's a 6-6, and DeJesus gets caught looking. And that's the 2nd strikeout for Farquhar, 2nd out here in the inning. And now it'll be Schwarber. Schwarber is going to get the intentional pass. And that'll load the bases. Conforto moves to 2nd on the intentional walk to Schwarber. And Farquhar would rather face Chris Jimenez. Jimenez could do well to blow this thing out even further. It's 7-1 here in the 7th. Chris Jimenez is 0 for 3 today. Here he faces Danny Farquhar. It's a 4-10. That's a third base X chance. All right, Goslin. Goslin is a 4 range with not a good E rating. A 4, a 12, and it's going to go to his E rating, which is a 33, and that's an 11. And Goslin makes a diving attempt. He finds the glove in his baseball, and he makes the strong throw to get the slow-running catcher. What a play from Goslin. Made the dive. It bounced right into his glove, and Goslin gets Farquhar out of the inning. What a play. So Miami loads the bases but can't score. And will that be the impetus for Philadelphia to start scoring some runs? Because guess who's up first? It's Phil Goslin. He's 0 for 2 on the day, but here he'll face Volquez. It's a 3-6, and this one's hit to shortstop. Goslin's busting it down the line, but oh, he's pulling up lame. Lowry continues with the throw, but Goslin pulled up lame there, and we'll see if he's going to have to come out. It's a 17 on the injury roll, which is a 7-game injury. So Goslin is limping off with the help of the trainers. He knew it right away. And he'll be out the remainder of the game, plus 7 games. So a ground out from Goslin, and we're going to have to find a new third baseman. We'll go back to Pablo Sandoval. Kung Fu Panda will take his spot in the order. And Phil Goslin comes off to a nice hand from the home crowd. And Pablo Sandoval will take his spot here on the scorecard. And we've got one out. It'll be Jed Gorko, who's got one of the 3 hits today for Philadelphia. It was a double for Gorko back in the 2nd inning. Here it's a 5-5. This one is lifted out to center field. No trouble for Peralta. And it's 2 away. Now it's JT Realmuto, who's got a single. 1 for 2. It's a 6-6, and he'll draw a walk. So his 2nd time aboard. And now Ackley, the left fielder, he's got a homer, and he's also struck out against Volquez. Ackley, it's a 2-7, and he'll dribble one to second base. DeJesus has it on a hop, and he'll pop his glove and fire it to first. And that'll end the 7th inning. Miami continues to lead comfortably. It's a 7-1 ball game as we move to the 8th. D. Scott Howard, hello and welcome back. This one has been, Miami's been in control since the 2nd inning, 7-1 as we are in the 8th. Edison Volquez has gone 7 innings with only 3 hits given up. One of those, 4 hits. Dustin Ackley hit a solo shot off of him. And will they let Volquez continue? You know what? They're not. Yeah, they will. They're going to keep going with Volquez. They've got 2 closers out there, Ramos and Holland. But this one is not even close. So Volquez will bat, and he draws a walk. So Farquhar continues, but his time might be over as he gives the leadoff walk to the pitcher, Volquez. With 2 lefties due up, they are to... Well, Elias was their only lefty. But they're going to go get Joe Blanton. So Joe Blanton comes in to spring Farquhar. Probably should have brought him in from the beginning of the inning, but we didn't. And so Blanton will be up first out of the pen and takes over for Lord Farquhar. Farquhar, he went 2 innings. He only gave up 1 hit. He struck out a pair and he walked 1, 2, 3. One of those was intentionally. So he was pitching pretty well, but now it'll be Joe Blanton to face Alonso, Lowry, and Peralta. This is a 3-6, a 3-6. Oh, he's going to get out of it as Alonso hits one over to Gorko. Gorko to Goings, over to Abreu. And that is a 6-4-3 double play. So just what the doctor ordered for Blanton and Philadelphia. Farquhar's off the hook there. He didn't give up any runs, and the book is closed on him. And now, with 2 outs, it'll be Jed Lowry. Lowry's 1 for 4. Here he steps in from the left-hand side, and he gets caught looking on a fastball right down the middle of the plate. And there is the 3rd out of the ball game, or of the 8th. First strikeout for Blanton. He comes in and settles things down quickly. And we are still at 7-1 as we move to the bottom of the 8th. Volquez pitching really well, and here he will face a pinch hitter. It'll be Trace Thompson. Just looking to get a rally started, so they go with the speedster. Trace Thompson looking to get on base. The righty, Trace Thompson, pinch hits, and he'll face Volquez. It's a 4-5, and a 4-5 is a shortstop X chance. The shortstop is Lowry, who is a 4-range shortstop. So a 4-7, and Lowry goes deep in the hole, and he's going to have a tough play with the speedy Thompson. He makes the throw, it bounces, and it's scooped by Smoke, and they call him out. So that's the first out, as Lowry goes deep into the hole and still has enough to make the strong throw to get the speedy Thompson at first. So Charlie Blackmon is now the batter. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts on the day. Looking to salvage this one against Volquez. And he'll do it here. This is going to be a base hit. That's a single to lead off, or excuse me, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. So Charlie's aboard, his first hit of the ball game. And now it's Ryan Goings. The catcher, Chris Jimenez, is a +2 arm. They're going to give a token hold of Charlie Blackmon at first. He's in AA Steeler, so it's a 1-17, a 1-15, but a +2 is back to a 1-17. So Charlie's going to just take the bag with a 15 roll, so he gets there. A closer play than it should have been, but he makes it under the tag. And that's a stolen base for Charlie Blackmon. Charlie looking at third. They're not holding him at second. So it'll be a 1-11, a 1-13. He's not going this time. And Ryan Goins will see the pitch. It's a 3-5, and that's a single to left field. So Blackmon at third. Will he get sent home? He's a 1-16. They weren't holding him. So it's a 1-17. Who is the left fielder? That is Conforto. He's a 0. So a 17. He's going to get waved in, and he will score. So Charlie Blackmon Singles still second and scores on the single by Goings. And Charlie, nobody told him that they were up by 6 runs. He's playing small ball here in the bottom of the 8th. And Goings has himself an RBI out of it. And now Ryan Braun with Goings at first. 1 out. It's a 2-9. And, oh no, we just missed it. A 2-9 is a strikeout. So Volquez battles back and gets the strikeout of Braun. And there's 2 away here in the 8th. So Jose Abreu is 0 for 3 on the day against Volquez. Volquez laboring here, just trying to make it out of the 8th. Already given up a run. It's a 4-8, and he's going to get out of it as he strikes out Abreu for the 2nd time today. And that's the 9th strikeout for Volquez as he just surpassed Archer, who was in this game about an hour ago. But Charlie Blackmon scores to make it a 7-5 ball game. And we move to the top of the 9th. We're going to need a new pitcher as Joe Blanton was pinch hit for. And so they will go to Tyler Thornburg. Thornburg will come in the 9th. This is the 5th pitcher used by Philadelphia. Tyler Thornburg. Blanton went... he went an inning, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He gave up no hits, no runs, no earned runs. Struck out 1 and did not walk anybody. So Thornburg takes over here, and he'll face a tough part of the order. Peralta, Smoke, and Conforto. Peralta is 2 for 3 on the day with a triple. And it's a 1-11, and that one's hit to the first base side. Abreu has to make a nice stop, and he'll fire one over to Thornburg, covering the base. And that is the first out. As Peralta thought he might have had himself another triple down the line, but Abreu made a nice stop. And Justin Smoke now, he's 2 for 4. Standing in from the left side, and he draws a walk. So Smoke is aboard for Conforto. Conforto got his first home run here. It's a 2-run shot, and here it'll be a 3-7. He swings hard, but that'll be a strikeout. 2 outs now in the top of the 9th. Ivan DeJesus now. It's a 6-6, and Thornburg catches him looking on the outside part of the plate. Thornburg does his job and gets it back quickly to the bottom of the 9th. And Philadelphia will have a chance. It's a 7-2 ball game. Philly only down by 5. And they are going to go get Volquez. Volquez has pitched well, but his time is up, and they will go get Kyle Bearclaw. So Kyle Bearclaw will come out and try and close this thing up here. Not a save situation, but Volquez, he went 8 innings. He was really good. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He struck out 9, and he walked just 1 batter. So a nice line for Volquez. And he leaves, and it'll be Kyle Bearclaw. The first batter he'll see is the new third baseman, Pablo Sandoval, who came in for the injured Phil Goslin. This one is a 6-12 against the pitcher's X chance. The pitcher is a 4 X chance, a 4 range, excuse me. A 4-4 is going to his E rating. He's an E51, and we rolled a 12. So that's going to be an error, as Bearclaw picks it up with his bare paw, and he fires it over to first, but that is well over the outstretched head of Justin Smoke. And so Sandoval is aboard on an error. So Sandoval is on first, and it'll be Jed Gorko now to face Bearclaw. Gorko is 1 for 3. It's a 6-5, and that's a shortstop X chance. Will this be a double play and erase that error? Lowry is a 4-range shortstop, so a 4-19 is going to be a ground ball B. So Lowry, he has to go deep in the hole to get it. He'll toss it over to DeJesus. DeJesus over to first to Smoke, and it's not in time. Gorko beats it out. So Gorko is aboard on the fielder's choice. The runner, Sandoval, is erased at second. And there is one out here in the bottom of the ninth. It'll be JT Realmuto, but will it? No. They don't have a backup catcher, but they're going to go for it anyway. So Steve Pearce will be the batter here. So Steve Pearce is going to pinch hit for JT Realmuto. And with a runner on first, 1 out, Pearce, a little bit better runner, and has a 1-6, and that'll be hit to second. And the second baseman, DeJesus, is going to think about second, but his only chance is going to be at first, after he had to make a nice play to scoop that one off the ground on a bad hop. So Pearce is out at first. The runner will advance. That's Gorko to second. And now there's 2 outs, and it'll be Dustin Ackley. Philly down to their last out. The Feebass looking to get this one a little bit closer. Ackley's hit a home run tonight. And this is a 5-4. And a 5-4 is going to be a strikeout. Ackley gets frozen on the high fastball. Can't pull the trigger. And the ball game is over. Kyle Bearclaw puts the finishing touches on a gem from Edison Volquez. As Volquez goes 8 innings, gives up 6 hits, only 2 runs, 9 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And he will get the victory. Edison Volquez. And if you believe it, that will increase his ERA, which was a 0.86 coming into this game. So the 2 earned runs in 8 innings will likely increase that. But Ackley makes the 3rd out here. Tyler Thornburg, he went an inning, didn't give up any hits, no runs. He struck out a pair, and he walked one. The loss goes to Chris Archer. And Chris Archer will move to, let's see here. Volquez is the winner. He moves to 3-1 on the season. So far, so good. He's got 3 out of the 7 wins for the whole Miami team. Meanwhile, Archer, he moves to 1-3. Some hard luck losses for Archer. This one, though, was well-deserved as he did not pitch very well. Was tagged for some home runs early. And this ball game is over. A quick ball game as Philadelphia just couldn't get the bats working tonight against Volquez and the and the Malamar. So that'll do it here. I'm happy that you are here with me. Let me go through and thank all you guys that were here. We had D. Scott Howard. We had Jerry Ball, Ken Castro, the Cubs, the Bears. Al Red Sox fan was in here earlier. The chat was crazy. I couldn't keep up with it for a while. You guys were talking about the Tabletop Plus APA tournament that's going on and all the rosters and all that stuff. Higher Ground Gaming checking in right here at the end. Higher Ground Gaming, you missed a well, I don't know if it was a great game. It was an okay game. Miami controlled most of it for the most of the game. They scored 7 runs in 4 innings, and they end up winning this one 7-2. Miami piles up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits, 7 runs on 9 hits. Philadelphia only scrambled by with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hits. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Philadelphia. Bearclaw, we didn't add his numbers up. He went 1 inning. He didn't give up any hits. Struck out 1 and didn't walk anybody. So that'll do it here. I'm going to make sure, this camera, I think, tell me if you liked it. If you liked having the camera at a lower angle. I know that it didn't really work because it moved on me. But I can fix that situation. If you like the camera angle, let me know. And if not, I can go back to the original camera, which was up higher. Although I feel like you couldn't see very much up higher. So let me know in the comments after this game is over. And if you like the new camera angle or if you didn't, tell me why. But that'll do it for me. Thank you guys for being so active and appreciative of everything you do in the chat. That's it for me. Before you go, leave me a thumbs up if you're so inclined. And until next time, which will be to close out the KL for the Game Day 16, it'll be the Milwaukee Breloom visiting New York to take on the New York Metagross. Milwaukee could pull into first place with a victory as Pittsburgh lost earlier in the game day to Los Angeles. So Milwaukee looking to jump them in the standings, and we'll see if they can do just that on the next broadcast. So until then, I'm Craig saying thank you and signing off. Have a good night.